Alright my friends, so I'm all the way down in York. I'm heading to a place called the Tailor-Made Kitchen. I was actually here a few months ago and I tried to take on their entire menu. Well, let's just say it didn't end very well. Their portion sizes were very large. Anyway, today I'm going to be taking on their entire burger menu. So not everything from the menu, but still a lot of food. Oh, it's so cold. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you when I get there. Alright guys, so I'm back at the Tailor-Made Kitchen in York. I've gone ahead and I've got their entire burger menu. All of that behind me. I've got a small order of their pizza fries, some mac and cheese, and yeah, this is going to be absolutely delicious. I'm going to go through one burger at a time. This is not really a speed challenge, just kind of looking forward to some epic burgers. So these are gourmet buffalo burgers with a custom-made pink bun. This is what this place specialises in, and these look incredible. So, without further ado guys, enough talking. Let's eat some burgers. Alright guys, we're going to start with the Royal. So this is kind of their plain standard burger. Royal.
Now these are what I call burgers. Proper burgers. Alright, so we're starting off with the Royal Burger. This is kind of their plain standard cheeseburger. It's got that buffalo patty, and then it's got cheese, and then again that custom pink bun, which is really cool. It uses beetroot to give it the colour. It doesn't really taste too much different to a regular bun, but it does look really cool.
Alright, that was delicious. Next up is the Halloumi. This is meant to be the vegetarian one, but instead I've gone for a beef patty, so it's not vegetarian anymore.
Then moving on to the Halloumi burger. So this is once again the buffalo patty topped with
Halloumi, chorizo,
and some pesto. This was a definite highlight.
That one is delicious.
I really enjoyed this. All of the flavours just go together so well. You've got the cheese, the creaminess of the cheese with the sharpness of the chorizo, and then the pesto. You can really tell Christian, the owner, has put some thought into this menu. He hasn't just slapped some food together. He's really put some thought into all of the ingredients and how it's going to taste and the textures. Honestly, it's one of those things that you need to come and try.
Alright, that wasn't the vegetarian one. That was the Halloumi one. Once again, delicious. Alright, next up is the Chili Billy. This is a spicy one. It's got spicy cheese, jalapenos, tomato chutney.
Alright, next up is the Chili Billy. Now, I was a little bit worried about this one. I didn't know how spicy it was gonna be.
That tomato salsa gives it a really nice kick.
But actually, this one was really nice. So once again, you've got the buffalo, you've got the pink bun, a little bit of salad. It then uses some spicy cheese, some tangy tomato chutney, and some jalapenos. Once again, all the flavours combined, made for a really tasty burger. Not too spicy, just the right amount of heat to flavour. I really enjoyed this one.
That one had a really nice spice to it. Right. Next up is the Mexican one. So we've got guacamole, cheese, salsa.
Alright, next up is kind of a bit weird. So this is the vegetarian fungi burger, which normally would come with a vegetarian patty, but instead it was the buffalo patty. I think that's pretty much because, I don't know, maybe they ran out of the vegetarian one, or I'm not entirely sure why I got the buffalo one. But I have to say, once again, incredible. This one had Swiss cheese, guacamole, and the tomato chutney. Once again, all of the flavours really merged together to make a really incredible burger. Super flavourful, really tasty. This one was a little bit messy, but sometimes the messier, the better.
Alright, check this one out. This one is massive. This is the Reuben. So it's got pastrami, cheese, chipotle sauce.
Alright, next up is one of my personal favourites out of all of these, the Reuben burger. So once again, you've got that classic buffalo patty, you've got Swiss cheese.
You can't appreciate how big these burgers actually are.
A mountain of pastrami, there is sauerkraut, and then Russian dressing. And honestly, this was one of my favourites. I think this was probably my second favourite burger out of all of these. Just like a meaty mouthful.
That's my favourite.
Reuben. Yeah, no, that's my favourite too.
You've got the buffalo, and then obviously on top of that you've got the pastrami, and he's very generous with the serving of pastrami. In fact, he's very generous with all of the servings of all of the food here. It's some pretty hefty portion sizes. But no, the Reuben was definitely a highlight.
Alright, that one was the Reuben. That was probably my favourite one so far. One burger left. You can't appreciate how big these are. I mean, in comparison to my head, it's massive. Right, this is the Cajun chicken. So it's got Cajun chicken, there's halloumi, tomato chutney, all kinds of delicious stuff.
Right, then on to my favourite burger out of all of these, the Cajun chicken. Now this doesn't normally come in a burger, this is actually served in a burrito style. But for this, Christian the owner decided to put it in a burger, and I tell you what, this was hands down my favourite. So there was Cajun marinated chicken, you had rocket, pickled veg, tomato chutney, sour cream, and then of course that pink custom bun. And this made for just an absolutely insane amount of flavour.
This Mexican chicken one, or Cajun chicken, this one's my favourite.
Honestly, the amount of flavour that was packed into this was insane. Along with all of the different textures from the pickled vegetables, this made for a general just like insane experience.
Alright, that Cajun chicken one, hands down my favourite. I'll have a link to the TaylorMade Kitchen social media, check them out. Honestly, I would recommend getting a burger. Right, next up I've got the mac and cheese and the pizza fries. The servings here are generous. Mac and cheese. Got a giant fork. You see how thick that is.
Alright, last two things. We have got the mac and cheese now. This honestly is some of the best mac and cheese I've ever had. I'm not being told to say this. Christian hasn't, paid me to say this. This is my honest opinion. When I say this mac and cheese is proper mac and cheese. This is the kind of stuff that you could put a building up with. Super thick with cheese. Hot, stringy cheese to be exact. Chorizo, rocket, and some pesto as well, just to finish it off. Once again, flavour-wise, unreal. And this is actually a small portion. The large portion's like double the size of this, and this was big enough. I would say this is like 500 grams, easy.
Best mac and cheese ever. Lastly, we've got the pizza fries.
Lastly guys, we have got the pizza fries, the loaded pizza fries. So it's skin on fries, topped with tomato sauce, hot stringy cheese, pepperoni, and some Italian herbs. Now these guys, these were naughty.
You get a lot.
You can just see how much cheese is on these. Melty, stringy cheese. Oh man, delicious. Honestly, delicious. I couldn't fault any of this. It was all just, perfect. some of the best food I've actually had in a long time. I would highly recommend checking them out. They're in York. I'll have all links right at the top of the description to the TaylorMade Kitchen's social media. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram. Another thing that makes the TaylorMade Kitchen really special is the freshness of their ingredients. For an example, the buffalo that they use actually comes from local farms in Sheffield, which means that they're getting local produce and it's all just fresh, cooked in front of you. And honestly, I can't fault it. The food is just absolutely amazing, and I would highly recommend checking it out.
These are filling.
If you're ever in York, or in fact, this food is honestly worth travelling for. I mean, for me, I travelled almost an hour to get here. But no, honestly, check them out. And guys, I want to thank you all very much for watching the video. Plenty more to come. And guys, I will catch you in the next one. Thank you very much.
Right guys, there we have it. That was all incredible. Check out the TaylorMade Kitchen. Come down to York, try the burgers out, try the mac out, try the fries out. You won't be disappointed.